Did you know that a single white stocking could almost destroy a marriage? That's exactly what happens in D.H. Lawrence's story, The White Stocking. It is a tale about love, jealousy, temptation, and forgiveness. A powerful look into the fragile emotions hidden behind married life. Welcome, friends, to the channel, and let us listen to another interesting story. D.H. Lawrence's The White Stocking. The first scene is the morning surprise. The story begins on a cold February morning. Elsie Whiston, a young and lively wife, wakes up early, unusually cheerful and restless. Her husband, Teddy Whiston, a kind but somewhat possessive man, wonders why she is so excited. Then comes a knock at the door. The postman delivers several packages, Valentine's gifts. Elsie eagerly opens them. The first is a silly curtain valentine. She laughs and throws it aside. The second is a white silk handkerchief with her initial E, that is Elsie's, embroidered on it. But the third package is different. It contains a white stocking with something heavy in the toe. Curious, she reaches in and pulls out a small box. Inside, a pair of pearl earrings and a romantic note that indicates, "Pearls may be fair, but thou art fairer. Wear this for me, and I shall love the wearer." Elsie smiles to herself, thrilled, and tries the earrings on. She looks in the mirror, admiring how beautiful she feels, unaware that this small act will soon bring turmoil into her life. Segment number 2, that the scene 2, the husband's suspicion. When Teddy walks in, Elsie pretends the gifts are harmless valentines, but Teddy notices her nervousness and the white stocking lying nearby. When he questions her, she lies that it is just a sample. Later, feeling guilty, she admits it was a valentine. Teddy grows suspicious and angry, especially when she hints that her former employer, Sam Adams, may have sent it. Adams is a wealthy, flirtatious man, known for his attraction to young women. Teddy's jealousy deepens when he learns Adams had once sent Elsie another white stocking the year before. Elsie tries to calm him, but the damage is done. The white stocking has now become a symbol of doubt, betrayal, and the invisible power of the past. Moving to the scene 3, the flashback, the Christmas dance. The story flashes back to a time before Elsie's marriage. She worked as a warehouse girl in Sam Adams's lace factory. Adams was charming, confident, and wealthy, everything that fascinated a young girl like Elsie. At the company's Christmas party, Adams was the perfect host, gallant and flirtatious. Elsie came with Teddy, who didn't dance. Adams, noticing her, swept her onto the dance floor. Their movements were intense, close, and passionate. Elsie felt herself being drawn to him, caught between desire and guilt. During the dance, she accidentally dropped her white stocking instead of a handkerchief. Adams picked it up, laughing, and kept it as a token, a secret connection between them. From that moment, a thread of temptation tied Elsie to her former employer, even after she married Teddy. Scene 4, marriage and the second gift. After the dance, Elsie left the factory and soon she and Teddy married. At first, she adored her husband deeply, but with time, she became restless and playful, enjoying small flirtations, especially when Sam Adams appeared again. 1 year later, on Valentine's Day, Adams sends another gift, a white stocking and a brooch. Elsie hides it from Teddy. Now, in the present, she has received yet another gift, the pearl earrings, continuing Adams's unspoken pursuit. Elsie doesn't love Adams, but she enjoys the admiration and excitement. For her, these gifts are harmless fun. But for Teddy, they represent a threat to his dignity and marriage. Moving to scene 5, the storm of jealousy. When Teddy learns about the new earrings, he loses naturally the control. He demands that she must destroy the white stockings, in his words, to burn them in the fire. Elsie, half teasing, half defiant, dances around the room, wearing them, showing off her legs. Her playful teasing only fuels his anger. Furious, Teddy calls her names and accuses her of enjoying Adams's attention. Elsie mocks him in return, saying she isn't afraid and that her legs are her own. The argument explodes and Teddy, blinded by rage, strikes her across the face. Blood fills her mouth. She stands frozen in terror. That moment shatters him. Seeing the woman he loves bleeding and broken, Teddy feels horror and shame. He gathers her into his arms, his anger dissolving into guilt and sorrow. Scene 6. Regret and Forgiveness. After the fight, Teddy sits in silence, humiliated by his violence. Elsie cries quietly, ashamed and frightened. When he asks to see the gifts, she refuses, still angry. Finally, he goes upstairs, finds the jewelry, wraps it up and mails it back to Sam Adams, ending the chapter of temptation once and for all. Returning home, he finds Elsie weeping. Slowly, he goes to her, holds her in his arms, and she sobs, saying, "I never meant." He whispers back, "My love, my little love." The story ends not with perfect peace, but with a painful understanding that love is fragile and forgiveness is the only way to survive it. Well, indeed there is conclusion. D.H. Lawrence's The White Stocking is not just about jealousy, it's about human weakness and emotional truth. Elsie's flirtation, Adams's vanity and Teddy's violence all reveal the complicated mix of love, pride and desire that shapes human relationships. Friends, I have gathered these informations in a very nutshell so that you can have a comprehensive idea about the story. This is the reason why I divided the whole story into 6 segments, so that in each segment you can get what is necessary. The white stocking becomes a symbol of purity turned into temptation, of love tainted by pride, and the thin line between affection and anger. In the end, both husband and wife learn a hard lesson. Love is not a possession, it's understanding. And forgiveness, though painful, is what keeps relationships alive. So next time you see a white stocking, remember D.H. Lawrence's world. Even something that simple can carry the weight of desire, guilt, and redemption. Stay healthy, friends. We will be meeting with another story in a nutshell.